Alright, it's day number 143 of my accountability to myself, and I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this. Today will be brief again because now it's 9:50 p.m. and I've been so sleepy since 6 p.m. I don't know why, but lately I feel some kind of that I'm fatigued, right? And that I need more recovery. That's why, by the way, I decided today. Today I woke up at 6:40, and the thing is that I slept about 8 hours and 30 minutes probably. I don't remember what time did I fall asleep yesterday, but I think not that late. And so the problem is that even though I slept more than 8 hours, still I felt sleepy in the morning and I didn't feel like waking up. And it's so weird because I cannot sleep 9 or 10 hours, all right? It's too much. The second thing is that I went to the gym and today I trained my chest. And the thing is that my chest was still a bit sore and it's so bad. It's supposed to be recovered. Like when I have one training of chest, then I have three trainings of another group of muscle, and then I again have a training of chest. Between my two trainings, my chest is supposed to get fully recovered, but I felt like it was still a bit sore and I felt some tiredness. That's why I couldn't really perform well, and I decided I need half and a week, like 4 trainings in a row of light training. So tomorrow we'll be having hard training of back, then hard training of arm. Like it's irregular. I'm not gonna call it hard, it's regular because I always train hard. So regular train or arms, regular train of legs, and then I will start my 4 days of light training, which basically means I'm gonna be working with lower weight and with lower volume. So my muscles are supposed to get some better, and then I'll try to get back on track and hopefully to bench 120 as soon as possible, because every day I think about this. There are two things that annoys me the most. First, I've got some fat and I want to start my cut period, and the problem is that I know how to get rid of this fat and maintain my muscles, but I cannot do this because I have not benched 120 yet. And if I start cutting, obviously I will become way weaker, and it will be impossible to bench 120 in that case. Second thing is that I'm so tired of eating so much rice. I think I will never be eating rice in this life. Like I'm enough. I'm not Chinese, I'm not Vietnamese, I'm not whatever to eat rice for the whole my life. I've been eating rice for 2 years. Over the past 7 months, I've been eating too much rice, and it's actually a great dish. Like I'm not gonna complain about rice. I'm fed up with quantity of rice that I eat. And so also one of the things that I would like to mention, that I'm not gonna go into details what actually happened, but if there's a situation when you have yes or no and you hesitate, always choose yes. And never allow yourself to think about this. You cannot think about this decision more than 10 seconds. Obviously, if it's not like gambling or whatever, something stupid, if you're talking about something you are scared of, but you know you should do this, and you think like, but probably it will look ridiculous if I fail or something like that, always choose yes over no. And don't overthink it, because the longer you think about it, the more some kind of arguments your brain will find to not to do this. But if you don't really think about this, you don't have anxiety and you don't have nervousness, you can easily just do this, because you have not thought about kind of negative consequences, which is that like it's so stupid. It's the worst reason not to do something when you hesitate between yes and no. And so, for example, in my case, if there's something I realize like, all right, I need to try it, but I'm really scared of this, yes or no. The first thing is rule of 10 seconds. If I think about this more than for 10 seconds, most likely I just need to forget about this. I'm not thinking about the situation anymore. Second thing, I act immediately, like as soon as possible. I can think for a couple of seconds, but I realize, all right, it's not gonna give me any insights. I just need to act, and once I took some actions, the situation will be more understandable. So if there's hesitation, yes or no, choose yes. And another thing that I would like to elaborate on, but unfortunately I have not watched this video completely of Alex Hormozy, because he talked about amazing thing again. He mentioned about such an important thing that I think is important to realize, that the problem is that we always want, for example, to get something, right? And there are two edges. One edge, something we want to get. Second edge, something we are scared of, and if we fail. And so, because of this fear on this edge, like, and we always want to get something that we want to get, right? And we always want to avoid something that might bring us negative emotions or failure, stuff like that. And the problem is that because of that fear that we want to escape, we don't even try, and so by default we don't even have a chance to succeed, because we don't try. If you don't try, you cannot succeed. It's impossible. And if you do not try, by default you kind of fail. But the thing is that nobody sees this failure. That's why you kind of feel not that bad, because sometimes, like, how it basically works, like, if you don't really show up a lot, if you, I don't know, don't post any kind of contents, let's say, as in my, like, I will be talking about even just my situation, like in Instagram, I don't post any kind of content, rarely something about gym or skateboarding, because I keep this account as archive, and I really enjoy rewatching my stories, so I don't spam with anything, and I don't try out new ideas, talking about self-improvement, something like that. Never. And if I've got some kind of idea, I'm not gonna try it out on my account, because of people who are gonna see this. And why do I think this way? Because by and large, I'm just afraid not to meet their expectations about me, which is so stupid, right? And I'm just afraid to fail in front of them, and so they will kind of see that, oh, this guy, he's not that good as we thought, right? But the thing is that, for example, even based on my experience, there are a lot of people who I'm subscribed and they also don't post anything. And the thing is that, like, I don't really care if you don't do anything. It's not like I don't know, it's actually a tough thing. That's the problem. For example, I have some ideas for content making, but I will definitely create a new account for this stuff. I don't even consider posting it on my accounts, but what I tried to explain that, for example, the person thinks that everyone perceives him as a smart guy, right? And then when that person posts something, and this something is not really at the highest level because it's the first attempt and it's absolutely normal, and someone who, I don't know, who likes to hate others because he never tries anything um, by himself, he's gonna hate it, or he's gonna make fun of that. And That's what the person one actually like cares of. Or I know it's actually a bit hard to explain, but the fear of how others are gonna see you as a result of what you post prevents you from actually posting or acting. And it's related to each field. It's not, it's just, this is the example that I can give, but it's essentially related to each field. And so there are always two edges, one what we want to get, one what we're scared of. And the thing is that we always need to try, because as long as you try, you always have the chance to actually get what you want. Of course, most of the times you are gonna fail because you don't have enough experience, and you need to get experience first. And the only way is, and the fastest way to get experience is through failures, and it's totally normal. So yeah, I want to learn tomorrow. Probably it will be impossible tomorrow, but I want to learn about this some more and to think about this some more, because it's something that also affects me personally. So yeah, after gym, I returned home. I don't remember what I was doing. Nothing special actually. I had my breakfast. Kind of wasted some time if I'm not mistaken. Then I spent around 50 minutes studying English, then 10 minutes reading a book, and then I went to university. After university, oh, it was horrible, because so we have a subject, Digital Business Foundation, and normally we have some kind of assignments that we work with in the class. And today we were given an assignment to come up with a new innovation that does not exist, that would be nice to create. Of course, we don't need to create anything, but it must be the idea. And then we will be needing to create video that will be promoting this product. We will be needing to make 15 posts that are gonna promote this product, and a lot of stuff, a lot of points that we need to execute. And the problem is that we spent 3 hours thinking about something, and I really liked my idea. Like, we were talking with team, we came up with our idea, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what we need. And when I was told that there are some suspicious things, and so we should go and ask the professor, because we are supposed to get an approval from professor that this is actually something applicable. It's not like come up with something for the sake of executing the task. It's like, it must be really a good idea. And so we came up with an idea. I spent a lot of time to prepare to explain everything in details to the professor, and my groupmate told me, like, let's ask it first, like, is this idea actually, like, will this idea actually be working? Because if not, we could just save this time and think about another idea. But I said, like, no, it's gonna work 100%, just trust me. We spent 3 hours. We came to professor. He told, no, it's not gonna work. He explained us why not, and it was reasonable. I just didn't want to think about this when I was kind of creating this innovation, like thinking about this. And after that lesson, we spent 40 minutes more thinking about something. We have not come up with anything. I just went home. I had my dinner. I don't know, this and that, and it was evening. I don't remember. I remember I had my dinner. Today I cooked my lunch first. Then I had my dinner. And afterwards I spent about 1 hour 30 minutes for my internship, and that's basically it. I have not done anything. yeah, kind of tough, and I went to sleep so bad. By the way, tomorrow I need to wake up so early because I have first lesson, so probably I should go to sleep instead of making this video for 20 minutes. So without being said, I'll see you in the next one.